6:19 on TSN 690. Welcome back to Game Points. I'm your host, Matthew Ross. We're here until 8 o'clock tonight. TSN Matthew on Twitter.com. If that gave you a little bit of shivers, then maybe you were in attendance July 20th in Toronto. Maybe you're just missing baseball here in this city. Either way, we're happy to talk about it a little bit now with our next guest, who was a member of the Montreal Expos in 1996. He continues to keep baseball going in the provinces of Quebec and elsewhere as a licensed instructor. You can check him out at aucoinbaseball.com, and recently was named to the Expos Nation committee as an ambassador by some smart guy named me. We chat with Derek Aucoin. Hey, Derek, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? How's everything going?
I am very well, thanks. We're good. Where are you headed?
I'm on my way into the studio in traffic in Toronto right now, so it's a great time to talk to you.
Yeah, a little bit of traffic out there, huh?
Yeah. I was in Toronto. I was at the game on the 20th, the Rays game, and I heard those chants coming from the section in left field. I heard it around the press box. And it was really cool to hear that. And I know a lot of the Blue Jays fans that were there that day were probably wondering what the hell is going on. But it was great to hear. What a group, what a crowd it was.
You know, we're hearing reports now, Derek, from people that were sitting elsewhere in the crowd that it wasn't just 1,000 in left field. There literally was another 1,000 or so scattered throughout the stadium. So it was a nice event, nice support, and we'll hopefully we'll be able to build on that a little bit. I know that you're in town in August as part of a charity event. Before we talk a little more baseball, may as well mention it. What are you in town for?
Yeah, well, there's an organization that does a lot of hockey events for the retired Montreal Canadian players. And they started playing softball a little bit too. And Alex Kovalov is back in town. He's coming to play 4 softball games for his foundation, for the Alexei Kovalov Foundation. And I was invited to come and join the team, which I'm very happy to do. Claude Raymond, there's a few old Expos that are going to be playing with the hockey guys. So Claude Raymond will be playing. Steve Rogers will be playing, as well as Denis Boucher and myself. So we're going to join the likes of Guy Carbonneau and Sergio Momesso and Vinny Damfus and some football guys, Bruno Heppel, and we're doing a little tour of Montreal and the surrounding areas to play some softball games for charity, which I think is always great.
Now, Claude Raymond is still playing? That's unbelievable.
Well, Claude can, he may be able to take an at bat and get a pinch runner for him, but no, he's in good shape, and I think that one of the games is in Saint Jean, where Claude is from, Matt. So it's a no-brainer to have Claude as part of our lineup, or first base coach, or just to be there to wear the uniform. I mean, he's always happy to be invited to these things, and I mean, who else is Mr. Baseball in our town, really? If you think about it, in Montreal and Quebec, Claude is it, if you ask me my opinion.
So where are they going to have you playing? I mean, obviously you were a pitcher by trade, but you're a big guy. It's softball. I mean, where do you expect to be batting and hitting and playing in the field?
Well, let me just tell you something. I played in the ALS softball game every year that the wonderful ALS committee of Quebec organized,
sure,
with Claudine Cook,
mm-hmm,
and these games that they used to have at Jerry Park. And just so you know, the first 3 or 4 years, I was the only one. I hit a home run every game.
Wow. All right.
And I played in a home run derby every game. And my claim to fame is that the year that Moises Alou retired from the Mets, I beat him in the home run derby.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so they can put me anywhere, to answer your question.
Wow. Well, you're 6'7". I'd stick you at first base.
No, I'd rather play in the outfield, and I'd rather hang out in the outfield. Some of those, those slow pitch grounders, I'd rather be in the outfield. But at the Hall of Fame game in St. Mary's last month for Tim Raines' team, I did play at first base. Timmy was our pitcher, and I did play at first base. But sometimes, some of those big hitters, it's not that much fun to get a one hopper right back at you at 60 feet.
We're chatting with Derek Aucoin here on Game Points with Matthew Ross. Aucoin Derek on Twitter.com if you want to follow him there. Derek, you got involved with Expos Nation recently. Tell us why, and tell us your thoughts on the baseball landscape right now in Montreal.
Well, I've been doing the tour of Quebec. Just to step back, I was in New York. I was living in New York City. After my final year in '99, I retired in New York City after playing in the Mets organization, and I opened up an indoor baseball facility there, and I was there for 13 years. And then I met a nice French-Canadian lady in Montreal who, the week that I met her, I think she was getting transferred to Toronto, and so here I am in Toronto now. But even if you look at the kilometers, if New York to Montreal and Toronto to Montreal isn't much different, I feel much closer to Quebec. So in the past few years, I've been coming back and giving a lot of clinics and camps and helping the kids of Quebec play the game, having fun, teaching them the techniques to be successful and to stay healthy on the field. And I feel a lot closer. So, Expos Nation, I've been watching you. I've been watching the organization go for a couple of years at a distance, and truly, the short answer to your question is why not? I mean, it's an honor for me to have been asked. I grew up a huge Expo fan. I have a son now who's going to be 16 months old. His name is Dawson. I named him Dawson for number 10 for the Hawk. And the Expos have been a huge part of my life. I'm one of the only French Canadians. I'm actually the only French Canadian to sign with the Expos to make it to the major leagues, and that was developed by that organization. And I have so many things because of baseball that, to me, if I'm able to keep that hope alive, and maybe my son will have the chance to see a major league team in his hometown, just like I did. It's worth every single second that I pass talking about it, thinking about it, promoting Expos Nation. It's worth everything. If the end result is in 10 years from now, 15 years from now, we're able to say play ball somewhere on the island of Montreal, it'll be worth it.
Derek, before we let you go, I mentioned Aucoin Baseball. You run camps in Quebec and elsewhere. Tell us how it's been going and what's left in terms of the schedule this summer.
Well, it's great. It's awesome. I have only one camp left, so we're in the home stretch. We started in April. We started up in Sept-Îles and Bécomo in April. We went all the way to Rouyn-Noranda and Val-d'Or, and we're finishing off this weekend in Mascouche. It's our last camp, so we did about 20 of them. I do still do a lot of events in the U.S. I actually do a lot of events for the Yankees and for the season tickets holders there for the Yankees. I still have 2 of those, but as far as camps in Quebec, the Derek Aucoin baseball tour, we have this Saturday and this Sunday left in Mascouche, and it'll be the last one. We're looking forward to it. Another great group, and it's been a great summer. Over 1,200 kids have participated in our camps this summer already. So that's pretty huge if you think of the average age of my campers, of the players there, are 9 years old. And if you go back 9 years ago, that was the last year of the Expos.
Yep.
They're on the field, Matt, because they love the game, not because they have any knowledge of. They have no knowledge that Youppi used to be the mascot of the Expos. They know Youppi as a Habs mascot. So it just tells you that there's still a lot of kids that love the game, a lot of parents that grew up like myself and like you, loving the Expos, who are now giving their love of the game to their kids, and that's why they're out there playing the game strictly, not because they're Red Sox fans, not because they don't even know what the team's name is in Pittsburgh. It doesn't matter. They love the game, and those hopefully will be our next generations of fans by the time we get our Major League team back.
He is Derek Aucoin, AucoinBaseball.com or Aucoin Derek on Twitter. Derek, thank you so much for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.
My pleasure, Matt. Have a great night.
All right, take care.
Bye.
There you go. That's Derek Aucoin, former Montreal Expos pitcher. Up next, a little Montreal baseball talk. If you have any thoughts on what we did in July 20th, you have any thoughts about Montreal as well, should it come back, would you support it, all that kind of stuff, you can give us a call, 514-790-1690. We'll give you the airtime, I promise. It's Game Points.